Giggity had another one for us. Y'all talking about how his mama told him that if people kidnap me, just let me go. You know what I'm saying? If people come to get me, you know what I'm saying, just let me go because they gonna kill both of us. And he talked about how he was like, well, he processed that and ran with it. Like, yeah, if they kidnap me, if they kidnap my mama and tell me they got my mama, I'll be like, let me hear the shots ring off. He even talked about how if somebody kidnapped his kids, he felt like, well, I got another one. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, when you heavy in the streets, like I had one nigga tell me, man, I'm already stinking, man. I'm living to die, bro. I honestly, like, that's, you got to understand, like, the same kind of brainwashing that the military people be having, that be ready to, like, run up in a place and blow a bomb up and kill, like, the street niggas really think militant about this shit, bro. The game gets so wicked, man. OG Giggity be giving us, you know, a little bit of game and just, he do it real light. He don't get all dramatic. He don't get all crazy. He just keep it light. Let me tell y'all a story, man. Way back in the day, like in the early 90s, my sister, I had a sister used to be dating dope dealers and shit. Like we grew up in Richmond. She used to be dating niggas from Oakland. Like dope, she used to have a thing for like dope dealers from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? And she had homegirls that did the same thing. You know, dated D-boys from Oakland. You know, that was a big thing. You know, date a nigga from Oakland that sell dope. That was a big thing in the early 90s and shit. So I remember one time she had this friend, and her friend was dating another nigga that was a dope dealer. My sister was dating a dope dealer, and her friend was dating a dope dealer. And I grew kind of fond of her friend. Her friend was real cool, real nice, you know what I'm saying? Was real sweet, you know. Getting spoiled by her boyfriend, everything was cool, you know. I remember her because I thought she was kind of cute. You know, I kind of had a crush on her. She was my sister's friend, you know. And I remember they was dating niggas with the gazelles and the donkey ropes and the 5.0s back in the early 90s. Them 5.0s, was, you know, them 50s was the shit. And, you know, both their boyfriends had 50s and all that shit. So I remember, you know, she used to take me over her friend's house, and they lived in the Oakland Hills and all that shit, you know, balling off the dope. So I remember one time my sister was crying and was like, I can't believe this happened, and woody whoop. You know, tragedy struck. Her friend that I'm talking about had got murdered. Her and her boyfriend both got murdered. Driving home, they put up in their garage, and some dudes like tied them up and did all kind of shit to them. They say that when they found her, they seen the dude's skin and all that under her nails, like she had fault and all that. Just crazy, just wiped her out. You know, it was crazy to me. I remember it was the first death. It was the first death from, you know, later on my partner started dying and I started seeing shootouts and shit like that. But that was the first experience I had. Like, you know, I'm like, your friend? Like the girl you ran with? And she dead. They killed her and her boyfriend coming home. And, you know, I was little, so I couldn't put it together, but as I got older, I was able to read between the lines of what happened. You know, I remember it was just cold, bro. Like, I'm talking about, this is my sister's best friend for years. And some people caught them pulling into their garage, ran in there, tied them up, and killed them and shit. Fucked me up, you know what I'm saying? But just the ills of the game, man. The game is, I done seen. Man, that's why I got so many stories, bro. And then, you know, all these niggas act like you got to be a killer to tell stories. No, I keep telling y'all, for every one killer in the hood, it's like 10 niggas that ain't doing that. It's probably hustling, pimping, you know, scamming, or just working the job but still coming back on the block to kick it and, you know, selling a little weed. Like everybody from the hood ain't got to be crazy. That's what's wrong. They got y'all playing the streets wrong. The streets make you hard-boiled. The streets make you ready for all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? You see Terrance Gansgsta, he got the gift of gab, he got the flavor, he got the swag. The streets give you a lot of hard-boiled game. If you take what you take from the streets and go get on some square shit, nigga, you finna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because you done beat so many odds to make it where you at. But yeah, that's just my little story about that shit. I remember it vividly. I just remember it just reminded me of the paid in full setting. Like, her and her homegirl, their boyfriends, it was like paid in full. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just remind you of paid in full in Oakland, though. But, yeah.